I'm Josh. This is Colin. And this is Perseverance, our floating off-grid home. Come explore with us as we sail to new places, we learn how to protect our environment, and see how we coexist with nature. We'll also make lots of friends along the way.
Alright, we are coming out of the Fort Everglades Inlet. The sails are out.
5'7", 5'8", getting up 6 now that we got the sails on.
Picking up speed.
We departed the Port Everglades Inlet in Fort Lauderdale and began our 500-mile journey to Wilmington. We had several backup options if we had to turn in early, including Charleston, which we ended up having to use due to big wind and waves. We wanted to use the Gulf Stream to get a bit of a boost the entire way, and we ended up seeing over 10 knots of speed.
Behind me we have the celebrity Equinox? Equinox?
It ain't the celebrity Equidistant, Mr. Martin.
It's the Equidistant. No, it's the Equidistant. So, these ships that we're going through, are we going to be equidistant from them?
Between them?
Equidistant between them?
From them? From both of them?
So, are we going to be equidistant from the Equinox? Equidistant Equinox?
Yes. Hopefully. No. Actually, no, because we want to be closer to the stern. We don't want to be as close to the bow of this next one as we are to the stern.
Oh, yeah. So we're not going to be equidistant to the Equinox.
Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. and Josh is asleep. He sailed until about 3 a.m. while I was sleeping, and then I took over, so he's getting his much-needed rest. Sun just came up about 45 minutes ago. It's pretty calm out here. Every now and again you get kind of a big roller, but the wind's pretty light, about 7-8 knots on the stern, but because of the Gulf Stream we're moving at 6.7 to 7 knots, so no complaints there. Didn't really see much ship traffic last night, just a few boats pretty far out. But nothing that got anywhere near us. We're abeam, I think Port St. Lucie is about 30 or so miles to our west. So, yeah, just sailing. Listened to some podcasts last night that really makes the time fly by. Saw some bioluminescence. That was cool. Yeah, that was about it. Made some coffee, so gonna let Josh sleep and keep on keeping watch.
Not my best work, but it's kind of rolly.
If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. We want to give a special thanks to our patrons for supporting us and making this journey possible.
Alright, we are trying desperately to go southwest to avoid this storm. Our friends on Gallivant let us know that it was on its way, and we turned, I don't know, a couple hours ago at least, and we're aimed southwest. And we are moving northwest because the Gulf Stream is so strong. The storms are moving north-northeast at 25 knots, and there's probably hail, and there's 45-knot gusts, according to our friends. Anyway, here's the storm. So we're getting pushed straight at this storm. Directly behind me is the direction we're moving. Anyway, we'll try and give an update at some point. direction we're moving, which is northwest. The red line is the direction we're facing, which is south. So the wind is helping us stay away from the storm, which is kind of awesome. Thanks, wind. Thanks, wind. Just don't kill us now. Keeping us away from the storm. So we're heavily reefed. We're riding out the storm. I think we're still on the edge because we felt the cold when the first gust came through. It's cold front, but now we're getting as warm air. We're actually moving southwest now instead of northwest. So I think we're going to be all right. We're going to stay on the edge of this so you can see the first pass of the front behind me. And we're just getting in the end of it, I think. So it's not too terrible right now. I think we got 35 knot winds. Gusts higher than that. Not much rain yet. We're getting soaked by the waves. It's like different cold air, then warm air, then cold air, then warm air. Alright, we've got just a sliver of sails out to help stabilize us in this wind. We're doing 8 knots. 22 knots.
We got really lucky to have onshore information about this storm, as we were too far offshore to get an update on our phones. Our friends on Gallivant texted us on our Garmin InReach, which was super helpful. We were also lucky the storm started to break up just as the front passed us, so we didn't get too much rain, just a couple hours of wind, about 20 to 30 knots. The next 24 hours were quite comfortable, and then we got another blow from the north.
Tell me about our situation.
It's f***ed up. But Josh made pizza in a hell of a sea state.
Here, let's just show you. Let's just show you our oven.
When we left Fort Lauderdale on Monday, Thursday was only showing one model with wind coming from the north, reaching Charleston about Thursday morning. Wednesday night, we were 90 miles offshore, and the wind blew not 21 knots as predicted, but 30 knots consistently for about 14 hours. We decided to turn in towards Charleston, and it was a rough ride. The wind came 12 hours earlier than predicted and went 100 to 200 miles farther south than predicted. We ended up in what we estimate were about 10 to 15 foot waves with a similar period. When we still had light, the waves were higher than our bimini top by a good margin while we were in the trough of the waves. Overnight, our anchor did jump off the roller and started hanging on the side of the boat for a while. I woke Colin up and I elected to go forward to re-secure it, and with Colin's help we were able to secure the anchor. With the new bow roller piece, our anchor secures differently than it did before, and we just did not have it fully secured when we did not realize it. When I went forward, I was fully tethered in, and luckily it wasn't that rough, it was just a lot of big ups and downs. This is the sunrise the next morning, and I was so happy that it was daylight again, and I could finally relax. And these waves are of a decent size, but they calmed down quite a bit by the time morning arrived. And soon we pulled into the inlet at Charleston.
Alright, we've made it to Charleston. Coming into the harbor right now. Lots of container ships coming and going. That was a pretty rough last night of the passage. Total it was 4 days, 3 nights. Left Fort Lauderdale Friday about 5 p.m. and it is Thursday about 10 a.m. We're happy to be here and looking forward to getting the anchor down and not moving.
Y'all, there must be a Perkins. There must be a Perkins at this fort, because look at how big this flagpole is.
We anchored around noon and finally relaxed the rest of the evening.
Alright, so Colin is playing with the anchor, trying to figure out what's going on, because we've had some weird noises. And I'm sure we've got some wind against current, so it's been moving us a little weird, but he lifted the anchor, and he found a crab pot. So yeah, we'll show us dealing with this situation.
I was looking, I was like, the boat's just never done this before. It's weird.
This crab pot might actually be our anchor right now.
So this crab pot showed up this morning right next to us, and pretty sure it wasn't there last night. So if you drop crab pots, don't put them right next to cruising boats that are anchored, please.
It's off the ground now.
Oh, there it is. Oh, crabs. If we knew how to make crab, we would be taking a crab as payment for your crab pot being around our anchor. Today we are making Moscow mules, Perseverance style. First, add ice from the ice maker, which we got from Target and has been the best thing ever. Next, we're going to do 2 ounces of Stoli vodka, but you can use whatever vodka you prefer. Next, we're going to do 1 ounce of lime juice each, and finish it off with ginger beer. Fever Tree is our favorite, but also have had Gosling's, and it's pretty good too. And stir. And then add the tops. That's all there is to it. Thanks for the cups, Mom. Where's my Speedo?
Where is Speedo? What? Why?
Why I wore my Speedo.
So this is why Colin wore his Speedo. There's a lady taking a picture of you too, Colin, with a nice long lens. it's like Colin's worst nightmare, honestly.
This is what I dream of. You tell me I'm crazy, and
I,
what happens.
I do say, Colin dreams about these things, and I always tell him he's crazy, and then of course there's a lady on the back of this big-ass dinner cruise boat, and Colin is taking a shower in his Speedo on the back of the boat, and she's like taking pictures of our boat. That is hilarious, because I always tell him, you're crazy, that's never gonna happen. You know, who cares about, you know, whatever. Take a shower on the back of the boat when we're in an anchorage in the middle of nowhere. No one's gonna have a telescoping lens. And it just happened, except they were on a giant dinner boat right next to us. Oh my god.
So Josh found in our gluten-free pasta, there are weevils. So we'll be disposing of this. We keep all of our food in airtight containers so that if anything does have bugs in it and they hatch, they're at least contained to just that container.
A day or two after arriving in Charleston, the wind finally calmed down, and we continued our journey on up to Wilmington. Join us next time as we enter the Cape Fear River and spend some time in Carolina Beach. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It really helps our channel grow. If you enjoy our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon.